Sometimes life gets really complicated, doesn't it? We might find ourselves without money, overwhelmed with pressures and responsibilities, or even heartbroken. But hey, don't think you're alone in this. Great thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius went through similar struggles. They faced moments of sadness, loneliness, pain, and felt undervalued. Even Marcus Aurelius, who was one of the most powerful leaders in the world, had his tough moments, dealing with anxiety, frustrations, and doubts. But you know what he discovered? That our thoughts have a big impact on us. If we focus only on the negative and don't know how to deal with problems, life can become even harder. So, I want to show you something that might help you. Today we're going to talk about 10 Stoic exercises that work as remedies for anxiety, loneliness, and doubts. Let's learn together how to face these challenges. Before we start, I invite you to declare in the comments, "I will be wiser," and of course don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. First, be a better friend to yourself, not a villain to yourself. There was an old story about this, involving a Stoic sage named Demetrius of Alexandria, who was walking the streets of Athens and heard a man criticizing and insulting himself. Demetrius interrupted and said, "Remember, you are not speaking to an enemy. Be kinder to yourself." This story illustrates how often we are our own critics, trapped in cycles of negative thoughts that bring us down instead of helping us. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of being kind to ourselves, of becoming our own friends, and of connecting internally first. When Demetrius talks about being kind to yourself, he is suggesting offering understanding to yourself. Getting lost in self-criticism, devaluing oneself, and diminishing oneself does not lead to growth or virtue. On the contrary, it traps us in negative patterns. The way we talk to ourselves is crucial. It's impossible to progress in life if we treat ourselves like fools or useless. Kindness begins with our relationship with ourselves, recognizing our own humanity. And this includes overcoming anxiety, but there are ways to deal with it. For example, practice mindfulness, focusing on the present moment and avoiding worrying about the future. You can also try breathing techniques or relaxation exercises to calm your mind. Remember, you deserve kindness and compassion, especially from yourself. Before we proceed, I want to share something special with you. For this video to reach you, someone else took the care to subscribe to our channel, give their like, and leave a comment. By doing the same, you help us spread this mental clarity to many other people. So come on, do your part too. It's free. Write down, "I will overcome anxiety." Second, take time to care for your mental health. Seneca teaches us something valuable. It is essential to nurture our mind, whether through outdoor walks or deep breaths. If we don't do this, we risk feeling worn out inside or overly stressed. So tell me, what activity do you practice daily to care for your mental health? These activities are not just physical exercises for the body. They are opportunities to move the body and at the same time calm the mind. It's like giving a break to calm your thoughts. Seneca said we must master our minds, even if it is challenging. Trying something new in terms of exercise helps to calm and soothe the mind. When we exercise, our body releases hormones that make us feel happier and more relaxed, like serotonin and endorphins. They help decrease feelings of anxiety and depression, making us feel good and wanting to repeat the experience. In other words, the desire to exercise comes from the exercise itself. So start. If you find it hard to attend a gym or go for a walk, don't worry. This should not be an obstacle to start. There is a world of free online classes on YouTube waiting for you, from meditation and yoga to home strength training, which can help you take that first step. Don't postpone or make excuses like, "I already do a lot of things," or "I'll see what class interests me tomorrow." Procrastinating only takes us away from the mental tranquility we so seek. As Seneca said, abandon all obstacles and dedicate your time to obtaining a sound mind, for no person can achieve it if they are busy. Third, embrace what comes to you. If we oppose reality, believing that everything conspires against us, if we fight against what is, we only end up suffering. Therefore, we should not wish for things to be different than they are, but rather accept them as they are. If this is the will of nature, then so be it. This is the maxim that guided the Stoics. Today we have a similar saying, "Thy will be done." It doesn't matter if we call this God, nature, fate, or whatever you want to call it. We must simply recognize that there is something greater than us and that we do not control everything that happens around us. Stop thinking that you are the center of the universe. You are not. For example, a question everyone has asked, why are some people born so privileged while others barely have clothes to wear and food to eat? This is not under our control. Even if I or you were born without many material and financial privileges, this is something we do not control. But we can control how we act in life. We can learn, evolve, overcome the scarcity of poverty, and achieve our dreams. True acceptance or acquiescence for the Stoics is to voluntarily accept what happens in life. Zeno of Citium explains this level of acceptance with a metaphor of the dog tied to the cart. Imagine we are dogs tied to a cart. We are the dogs, and the cart is the things in life that we cannot change. The dog has some freedom because of the length of the rope, but when the cart moves, it has two options: fight against it and hurt itself, or go along and be fine. If we think we can stop the cart, or that it will never stop, we will suffer a lot. But if we accept things as they are, we can adapt to the ups and downs of life and suffer less. Seneca tells us, "Fate leads those who accept it and drags those who resist." Resisting is being dragged by life, and that is suffering. Accepting reality and focusing on what is within our reach is the wisest choice. Fourth, embrace gratitude and stop always seeking more. It's as if we are constantly chasing happiness, like it's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Imagine you always dreamed of success, fame, and recognition for your work. And when you finally achieve these goals, how do you feel? Was it as satisfying as you imagined, or were you a little disappointed? The truth is, even when we reach our goals, we tend not to be completely satisfied. If we don't take care of this feeling of dissatisfaction, we can start to feel envious, act mean and selfishly, and worse, create a void within ourselves. You've probably felt like this, or know someone who, even having everything, seems not to recognize the true value of life. Always wanting more and never feeling satisfied is different from striving to improve life. Having goals and working to achieve them drives us forward. On the other hand, chronic dissatisfaction leads us to live under constant pressure to be more, achieve more, as if nothing is ever enough. Our true value is within us, not outside. Trying to fill this void with external things only makes us run in circles of dissatisfaction, never truly satisfying us. The teachings of Stoicism show us that it is better to live simply, looking within ourselves for our true value. This way, we control our desires and avoid falling into the trap of thinking we always need more and more to be happy. Fifth, keep focus on your own path. Seneca talks about an idea called euthymia, which basically means following your own path in life, keeping focus away from past distractions or comparisons with others. We can achieve this state of mind with discipline and confidence in ourselves and the path we have chosen. It's impossible to reach this tranquility if we don't trust that we are fulfilling our role in this life. Nowadays, we are more connected than ever, which can lead us to an obsession with comparing our lives to others. When we don't spend all our time reading random comments or following gossip about artists and celebrities, we can better focus on our own development. Valuing our individual progress without comparing ourselves to others is an important lesson Seneca teaches us. Each person has their own unique journey, and we lose focus when we start comparing ourselves. It's easy to feel pressured when we see someone getting rich before 30, a digital influencer appearing to have a perfect life, or a friend investing in the stock market while we feel lost. But it's important to remember Marcus Aurelius's words in Meditations, "Do not waste the rest of your life thinking about the life of others." All these things only distract you from the firm guard of your own soul. Understanding and accepting that we are on our own path without the need to compete or feel inferior brings incredible freedom. Next time you feel the urge to compare, stop and be grateful for your own journey. Sixth, broaden your perspective, improve your vision. In the book Meditations, Marcus Aurelius, who was the ruler of the largest empire in the world at the time, Rome, encourages us to adopt a more comprehensive view of life, similar to Plato's approach, seeking to see beyond what is in front of us. Even occupying a position of great power, Marcus Aurelius reflected on how his vast empire seemed insignificant in the face of the universe as a whole. He reminds us that by stopping focusing only on what is immediately in front of us and considering the long history of humanity, we will realize that many events repeat themselves. This same idea is expressed in the Bible, which tells us that generations come and go, but the earth remains forever. Reading Meditations, written more than 2,000 years ago, we can observe that despite changes over time, our inner essence remains relatively constant. Life continues to follow its course, regardless of technological advances or global events. This perception brings us comfort, as we recognize that our emotions and how we deal with them are persistent aspects of the human condition, which encourages us to adopt a more humble stance and see the world more clearly. By broadening our perspective, we realize that many of the things we value excessively may not be so significant, while small details may have immense value. Having a more comprehensive view of life helps us appreciate our own existence more and understand better our place in the long history of the world. Seventh, everything is temporary. Relax. How many likes, comments, or views did your post, story, or video get? In the pursuit of social status, we often end up giving others the power to dictate how we feel, and thus find ourselves trapped in the need to act calculatedly to gain their admiration, even avoiding certain actions to avoid being judged and disapproved. But in reality, by seeking this external recognition, we become prisoners of this incessant quest for approval. Marcus Aurelius mentions that both Alexander the Great and his cart driver ended up the same way, buried under the same ground. There is an old saying that goes, "At the end of the game, pawns and kings go into the same box," emphasizing that glory and fame are fleeting, temporary. We think that fame or popularity makes us immortal, but this is not true. Over time, everything passes, no matter how important someone might seem. Stoic philosophy teaches us that nothing lasts forever, so what is really worthwhile? For the Stoics, the true value lies in being a good person, doing good work, and focusing on what we can control. We should not confuse external success with what is truly valuable, such as patience, confidence, self-control, forgiveness, perseverance, and courage. What really matters is being the best we can be. Eighth, face adversity head-on. No one feels more unhappy than the one who has never faced difficulties, said Seneca, highlighting that these people never had the opportunity to test themselves. It's crucial to remember this when we encounter obstacles or when things don't go as planned. We should start seeing these moments as opportunities, a chance to exercise our virtues. The Stoics believed that it is in obstacles that we find ways to practice excellence and, more than that, an opportunity to show our true value, even if it's just for ourselves. Epictetus stated that difficulties show the character of a person. This is how we become better, learn to resist and persevere as mature human beings. Of course, we prefer things to happen as planned, easily, but life isn't like that. If we only think about the easy path, at the first obstacles we crumble. Next time you face a difficult situation, think about how you want to react. Do you see it as an opportunity to learn and strengthen yourself? Or do you give in to frustration and see it as a reason to give up? Problems may keep appearing, but believing they are opportunities to learn and overcome gives us more strength to face them. Ninth, a new opportunity always. Sometimes it's important to remember that every day is a new chance, a new opportunity to restart. In the world of sales, there's a saying, a salesperson has no past. And this exemplifies well what Stoicism teaches us about starting anew every day. Every month, a salesperson has a new goal to achieve, and it doesn't matter if the previous month was their best in sales or if they performed below expectations, they need to start from scratch again. Just like in nature, where the rose blooms in spring and the fruit ripens in summer, each season of the year, the cycle renews. Sometimes we feel down, anxious, angry, or wrapped in thoughts, as if we are stuck in a repetitive situation. Before taking everything too seriously, it's important to remember that what happens to us is not unique. Many people have gone through the same as us, and many will still go through it. The Stoics faced similar challenges, and even after 2,000 years, their teachings remain relevant. It's easy to believe that our experiences are unique, that we will never overcome what happened to us, but the truth is, we are not as special as we think. What happens to us is not as significant as we imagine. Maybe this exercise can help us not take everything so seriously, to let go of the burden of the past and start facing each day as a new opportunity. Just like a salesperson who needs to hit their target every month, we need to be present and restart each new day. A new day is a new chance to be proud of who we are. 10th, looking beyond emotions. Sometimes we are overwhelmed by emotions that distort our perception of reality, leaving us anxious or depressed. For example, when a message isn't responded to immediately, we tend to feel undervalued, when in fact the person may be busy with other simple tasks, like taking a shower. Similarly, when we are ignored by a waiter, we may feel we are invisible or less important, when in fact they may be overwhelmed with work. Think how many times we misinterpret a situation due to our emotions, elevating a simple problem to another level. The Stoics encourage us to see things objectively, focusing on the facts and avoiding letting emotions distort our vision. Imagine your emotions as a thermostat, unnecessarily heating simple situations. For example, a message not responded to quickly becomes a big drama in our mind, when it could actually be a neutral situation. Stoic thought reminds us that an event is objective. It is us who give meaning through our judgments. We must learn to see things as they really are, without adding an emotional burden that distorts our perception. By adopting this perspective, we gain mental clarity and avoid overreacting to problems. So next time you face a challenge, try to see it objectively, adjusting your emotional thermostat to keep calm. To conclude, how about choosing one of these 10 remedies I shared in this video and start practicing it this week? Remember that it is through your actions that you truly demonstrate what you have learned. Your actions speak more about you than any philosophy or teaching you may advocate. We all face challenges and difficult emotions, and the fact that you made it to the end of this video shows that you are willing to seek tools that will help you achieve your goals. As Seneca said, life is too short to be small. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Leave your mark in the comments by writing Wise Stoic. See you next time.